All right, this is WaterCitizen Media, and I'm here with, okay, rotate your voice. Okay, I'm here, go ahead and say your names and what your role is.
Yvonne, Forrest, Shannon, and Richard Seline.
Okay, so what we're talking about, this is from the Water Clusters meeting here at WEFTEC, and we're talking about Houston. So there was a call put out by Richard for the clusters, working with the other. Well, why don't you tell the story?
So before the hurricane, it became pretty clear that we were going to need to find who had what equipment that especially was skid-mounted, portable, energy independent, that could be on the ground in these types of conditions where there was flood, no power, whether it was for small systems or large systems. So we put out, in cooperation with SplashLink, a call to action and started curating as much equipment as we could.
Yeah.
Good news is we got phenomenal response around the world. The challenging news is how quick it couldn't get to Texas, and that presented a challenge but also an opportunity. At the same time, the city of Houston began to inventory where it was and what its needs were.
And don't go too far. Okay, So in Shannon, you were talking about the what it was like for the folks during. Well, why don't you just give a quick summary of what you just talked about?
What Richard was saying is you can't, no matter what you got, if you don't have the people there to get the job done, it's not going to get done. And the problem is, in this industry, I don't know if people know, a lot of the guys, this industry is aging quickly. There's not a lot of young folks coming in. This is where technology is going to help, because they can turn their phones on and they can program a VCR.
Yeah.
Where a lot of these guys can't. But you've got to take all of that, and you've got to take hard work. And they talk about innovation. Some of the stuff we did to get the plants running, that was innovation. There's a lot of things you can do with duct tape that you don't believe you can. So
absolutely
shouldn't have to.
It's not always high tech. It's knowing the systems. It's knowing
high tech is not going to fix everything.
What was the situation that you were dealing with in Houston? How big is Houston, and how many systems do you have?
Almost 700 square miles. We had 18 plants that, when people say flooded, underwater. We had some plants that literally the guys threw what they could in the back of a truck and drove out. The water was coming in so fast. We were looking at the film to look at how bad it was in areas and what we can do to harden it. So we looked at some of the lift stations that we looked at. We had one that was built up high. With amazing photos, built up high. You see the truck parked down there, you gotta walk up the steps. They get up there, they were holding their hand on the panel that high. That water got 18 feet. How do you fix that? You can't harden that.
Now you guys had folks actually trapped in one of the plants, right?
We had many plants, and they were trapped 3, 4, sometimes 5 days till we could get them out, because you couldn't get anywhere. But they
didn't leave.
They didn't,
right?
You couldn't make them leave.
Right.
And Shannon's also being pretty humble about this, and that is that there was almost a loss. There was almost a loss of life.
Yeah.
Because some of these guys just stayed through the bitter end until the water started rising, and one had to kick a window out to get out of his truck.
Yeah.
And that's the other part of the story is these are people who were dedicated to fulfilling their mission and not leaving until it was completed.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the things that we try to capture.
Right.
WaterCitizen Media is the heroism of our water and wastewater utility leaders and our agency folks who put themselves in harm's way.
So this low tech and high tech combination is what this is all about.
Yeah.
It's low tech common sense and knowledge with the best of what high tech, and one cannot succeed without the other. These are intrinsically linked.
And what about the communities? You talked about the Cajun Navy, and tell us a little bit about some of the responses there.
I'll tell you what I tell folks: that Houston is the most diverse city in the world. Mm-hmm. You've seen people helping people. You still see it today. There wasn't. You don't see a lot of actions, looting, and you didn't see it. You didn't see it in Houston, and the diversity is unbelievable. The salt of the earth. They're cleaning your house with us. Our guys came in. They would stop and give them water. I mean, they're fantastic. You can't. And I tell people all the time. You see these people that's flooded on the rafts going down there. And I told people this. That's your boss. That's the customer.
Yeah.
Those people that you see, the customers are floating on those rafts and stuff like that. All of us, everybody here, that's their boss. Somehow they pay his water and sewer bill for consultants to get everything. So everybody here at WEFTEC needs to realize that those are the people you need to see, because that's your boss. That's your boss.
And I know you guys got to get going.
Yep.
I know we were talking to Clarence Whitworth coming up soon.
Yeah.
We're going to be posting this on the hurricane impacted people Facebook group, the Home for Hippies.
Yeah.
And
cool.
you know that we were seeing posts from folks at Corpus Christi.
Yep.
You know, the head of Corpus Christi Water, Clarence Whitworth, of his daughter out in a boat, and he couldn't get to her because he was there.
He was at the plant. Yeah.
And that's what we're
Perfect.
seeing. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for doing this.
And
Thank
you guys are not alone. And there you go.